Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack the secrets hidden within corporate filings. Today we're looking at an amendment filing, which means something wasn't quite right the first time around, and a key figure seems to have some strong feelings about it. So this is an update to a previous report from Braemar Hotels and Resorts Inc., or BHR as they are known by their stock ticker BHR on the New York Stock Exchange. The original report was filed on the 25th of February, and it was about an event that happened on the 20th of February of 2026. This amendment tells us that someone had an issue with how the original report was presented, and they've now submitted a letter to express their concerns. Braemar Hotels and Resorts is a real estate investment trust, or REIT, that owns and manages a portfolio of hotels and resorts. They primarily operate in the United States. Now let's quickly look at what stocks BHR has out there. They have common stock, which is what most people buy when they invest in a company, and they also have preferred stock, specifically Series B and Series D. These are shares that have certain preferences over common stock, often related to dividends, but they usually don't come with voting rights. All of these are traded on the New York Stock Exchange. The main point of this amended filing is found in item 5.02. This section deals with changes in a company's leadership, like when directors leave or officers are appointed. In this case, it confirms that Babak Gassimier, who was on the board of directors, resigned on the 20th of February 2026. This part is really the heart of the story. The company had already announced Mr. Gassimier's resignation, but here is where it gets interesting. It seems that after the company disclosed the resignation, Mr. Gassimier's legal team reviewed the report, and they were not happy. They sent a letter back to the company's lawyers. This suggests a disagreement or a strong opinion about the circumstances of the resignation or how it was presented to the public. And that letter, which presumably contains his side of the story or his specific objections, is now filed with the Sexton exhibit. While the filing itself doesn't give us the content of the letter, the fact that it is included as an amendment implies it is important enough to be part of the official record. It could be a disagreement over the reasons for the departure, or perhaps statements made that Mr. Gassimier felt were inaccurate or unfair. This is often a signal that there might be more to the story behind the scenes. This next part just confirms the addition of that exhibit. So without seeing the actual letter, we can infer that Mr. Gassimier felt the need to formally respond to the company's public filing about his departure. This kind of back and forth through legal channels can sometimes indicate underlying tensions or disputes within a company's leadership. Now, let's talk about what this all might mean for Braemar Hotels and Resorts. While this filing doesn't contain financial tables to deep dive into, the leadership change and the associated letter are significant. A resignation, especially one that prompts a formal, written response from the departing director's legal counsel, can sometimes be a red flag. It could signal internal disagreements about strategy or governance. For investors, a stable and unified board is generally a positive sign, so any internal discord can create uncertainty. Looking at Braemar Hotels and Resorts, their business is directly tied to the hospitality industry. This industry can be very sensitive to economic conditions, travel trends, and major events that impact tourism. Changes in leadership, particularly at the board level, can sometimes be a precursor to strategic shifts or can highlight existing challenges within the company. In this specific case, with Mr. Gassimier's letter being filed, the market might be looking for more clarity on the reasons behind his departure. If the letter expresses significant concerns about the company's direction or management, it could create a ripple effect, potentially impacting investor confidence. On the other hand, if it is a minor disagreement that has been appropriately addressed, it might have little long-term impact. The fact that this is an amended filing means that the SEC is aware of the additional information. It is good that the company is being transparent by including the letter, even if it might be uncomfortable to do so. This allows investors to have a more complete picture, which is always a good thing. In conclusion, this filing amendment for Braemar Hotels and Resorts Inc. pivots around the resignation of a board member and the subsequent communication from his legal team. While we don't have the full details of the disagreement, the mere inclusion of a letter from legal counsel suggests there are unresolved issues or strong opinions about the circumstances of the departure. For investors, this serves as a reminder to always look beyond the surface and consider the potential underlying dynamics within a company's leadership. Companies with strong, aligned leadership tend to perform better over the long run, so any sign of internal friction warrants attention. We will be keeping an eye out for any further developments or disclosures that might shed more light on this situation. Alright, that is our breakdown of Braemar Hotels and Resorts' latest filing. What is your take on this leadership change and what it might signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching, see you next time.